Hey, what's up, y'all? How's it going? Good day. Welcome to our Course in Miracles, of course. We're still on the review lessons here, and I'm getting this review out a little earlier than I've got the other ones, so just a little bit. Remember at the beginning of this review period here, I was kind of worried about getting these things out right on time, but it's okay. No need to worry. So today, some of these lessons, they're undoing meaning-making games. And today it's kind of making a different meaning game. It's I notice with some of this stuff for today, it feels like making a different game meaningfully. What do I mean by that? Hold on. 1 second. Let you know. Okay. All right, here we go. Hey, worry not. You're always right on time, exactly. Right on course. Right on time. Not too fast, not too slow. Goodness. Right on time. Here we go. Okay, so let's remember, the Course in Miracles doesn't ask us to believe these things. In fact, it tells us we'll probably actively resist it, but that if we entertain these ideas, if we practice with them, perhaps for these ones we're supposed to just turn our eyes off for a minute or two every hour and think on one of them, at least all of them in one day, and as often as we can, at least once an hour as well, it asks us. What's up, Mikhail? Okay, so let me just read the titles of the lessons and then the additional information afterwards. First, titles, okay? First title, number 31, I am not a victim of the world. I see. I see. I am not a victim of the world. I see. I see. I am not a victim of the world. I see. I am not a victim of the world. I see. I see this. The second one, I have invented the world I see. I have invented the world I see. I see I have invented the world I see. And then the third one, there is another way of looking at the world. There is another way of looking at the world. There is another way. I see that there is another way of looking at the world. And the fourth one of this one, I could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. I am not a victim of the world I see. How can I be? Okay, I'm reading now the additional information. I'm not a victim of the world I see. How can I be victim of a world that I can that can be completely undone if I so choose? That's a pretty bold statement right there. I sometimes have, okay? I mean, seriously, how could you be victim to the world if you could completely undo it if you so choose? I'm not really sure how I feel about that sentence. Okay, sounds great though. My chains are being loosed. My chains are loosened. I can drop them off merely by desiring to do so. There you go. I know that's true. I close my eyes and can take the world off for sure. The prison door is open. I can leave simply by walking out. Nothing holds me in this world. Only my wish to stay keeps me a prisoner. I would give up my insane wishes and walk into the sunlight at last. I would give up my insane wishes and walk into the sunlight at last. We do this as we do on the hour. If you do the practices, 2 minutes every hour, you're kind of giving up the insane wishes and walking into the sunlight at last. Okay, here's the second one now. I have invented the world I see. I made up the prison in which I see myself. All I need do is recognize this, and I am free. I have deluded myself into believing it is possible to imprison the shiny Son of God who I am. I was bitterly mistaken in this belief which I no longer want. The Son of God must be free forever. He is as God created him, and not what I would make of him. He is where God would have him be, and not where I thought to hold him prisoner. He is where God would have him be, and not where I thought to hold him prisoner. Where would God have him be? Perhaps in eternity? And not where I would hold him prisoner, where in time, doing time, doing time on a prison planet. He is where God would have him be, in love with his creation, with his creator. Okay, the third one. There is another way of looking at the world. Since the purpose of the world is not the one ascribed to it, there must be another way of looking at it. There must be a corrected way of looking at it. I see everything upside down, and my thoughts are the opposite of truth. I see the world as a prisoner for God's Son. It must be so, then, that the world is really a place where he can be set free. I would look upon the world as it is and see it as a place where the Son of God finds his freedom. Where the Son of God finds his freedom. Hey, right here, wherever you be, wherever we are. The fourth one, I could see peace instead of this. When I see the world as a place of freedom, I realize that it reflects the laws of God instead of the rules I made up for it to obey. When I see the world as a place of freedom, I realize that it reflects the laws of God instead of the rules I made up for it to obey. I will understand that peace, not war, abides in it, and I will perceive that peace also abides in the hearts of all who share this place with me. The Course in Miracles tells us that perception is projection. So as we do our mind training to the clarity of our own will, what we perceive will be projections of images of clear-mindedness, right-mindedness, forgiving ways of looking at anything else or everything also. Reasons for clarity, reasons for clearing, clear, clarity, clearly. Hey? Okay, number 5. What's up, Tiffany Brooke? Hey. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. As I share the peace of the world with my brothers, I begin to understand that this peace comes from deep within myself. The world I look upon has taken on the light of my forgiveness and shines forgiveness back at me. In this light, I begin to see what my illusions about myself kept hidden. In the light of forgiveness, I begin to see what I hadn't forgot, what I kept. I begin to see what I had been keeping, what it was keeping hidden. I begin to understand the holiness of all living things, including myself, and their oneness with me. I begin to understand the holiness of all living things, including myself, and their oneness with me. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. I am very holy. Your mind is part of God's. You are very holy. You are very holy. You could see peace instead of this. I could see peace instead of this. There is another way of looking at the world. I have invented the world I see. I am not the victim of the world I see. That's today's lessons. A recap of lessons 31 through 35. And have a wonderful day.